Everybody, we're talking volleyball. Today, Matt Malatesta, Matthew Ogle. Look, the dude's rocked up and he's got a one-piece shirt on. I don't even know what that means. He is a complete anime nerd right there. Definitely. Nerd alert. Boom, that's my guy. All right, so we're talking volleyball today. We went to some games this week because last week we were a little weirded out by Stratford. Not sure about them, not sure. Boom. I got in my helicopter, the VYPE helicopter, flew to Fulshire, which is basically an hour and 15 minutes away. It's ridiculous how far it is. And I had to see Stratford. Stratford versus Fulshire. Number 4 versus number 6 in the state of Texas. Great game. 5-setter. Stratford goes into Fulshire's house, gets the dub. They're back at number 1, okay? But I still am not sure how good they are because they're kind of a finesse-y type team. Sarah Hickman is really good, very tall, very consistent. Let's call it consistent. She's not going to wow you with the bam and the bam. She's not going to wow you with that. But she's really, really good. And they have some other pieces that I really like. Jennifer Adcock does a good job. She's very positive as a coach. She's kind of getting them all fired up. And sometimes you got to get them. Sometimes they play at like a 2 on the intensity level, and then they'll go to like an 8. I haven't seen them at a 10 yet. I'm ready for them to see at an intensity number 10. They've beaten a lot of really good teams. You were where? Who did you love?
I went over to Montgomery. I went over to see Lake Creek play. There's been a lot of buzz about them. It was their first district matchup with Lake Creek versus Montgomery, crosstown rivals. Very impressive performance by Lake Creek. They ended up sweeping the Bears. I don't know, Coach Kane, she's got something working. She actually moved over from Bryan. This is her first year with this team, and I was talking to her about it. I'm like, what's it like having this new influx of talent that you do? And she just kind of stressed the depth on this roster, which was evident. It wasn't just Peyton McKee, and she's fantastic. She's taller than I am, and first time seeing her in person, I'm like, wow. And I mean, Kennedy Schramm, that's the other team captain. She's fantastic in the libero spot. But they had so many other key pieces that played some pivotal roles in that in defending that explosive Montgomery offense, because they definitely had some pieces on the other side of the net. But I mean, there's Taylor Woods, there's Kansas Lamar. They had a few others that really kind of just gelled together whenever it mattered. And I mean, the 3-set sweep speaks for it. And Coach Kaylee Kane, she was just informing me there's still so much more to go. They do play in a very competitive district. Obviously, they got A&M Consolidated, which is a very perennial power, or very big perennial power, I should say. And I just think in terms of Houston 5A ball, they're arguably one of the teams to beat. We mentioned Friendswood last week, but Lake Creek's right up there, I feel. Like, given how they performed that this past week, it's really going to be interesting to see how that plays out the remainder of this district schedule.
They're going to be really good if they get this girl going. Her name is Kansas Lamar. You know what I'm talking about?
I just said her, yeah.
I know. She's like 6'5", 6'6".
Definitely tall.
And she's going to be so good when she gets some confidence. Like, she's super long and rangy. But once she gets going and is like, hey, I'm here, I can dominate this game, she's going to be really good and going to flip the script at Lake Creek. I'm calling you out. Kansas Lamar, go to work. You're really good. Be good. Stop thinking you're not good. You're awesome. Okay. A team which gets a lot of love, and I know people are going to be like, oh my gosh, let's not talk about the Woodlands all the time. The Woodlands is coming. They're coming. They beat Stratford in a tournament to win that tournament somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
It's Clear Creek.
Exactly. See, man knows his volleyball. So they're really good. They're not giant, but they're have a hitter that is kind of like, you need that go-to person. Ella Lewis is that go-to person. She's going to Arizona State. Her twin sister is playing club somewhere, or not club, but beach. But they have a very well-rounded team. Offense, defense, serve. I'm learning. You dropped something the other day. What did you drop? What did you say? 6 rotation player? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you think, yeah, I like that. Another important part of volleyball that I'm learning is what's called serve, receive. If you cannot serve, receive, you're going to be, you can't You can't pass to your setter, which passes for the dunks or the the bams.
Yeah, it all kind of coalesces. It definitely needs to.
Yeah,
Because
coalesces.
you got to have those defenders. You got to have those defenders stopping because there's going to be some great hitters on the other side of the net. And I've seen some rockets go over, and I've seen some very impressive players lay out to get that ball up. But it all kind of plays together whenever you need the setter to get it up and you need your heavy hitters to get it back over the net. That's what makes volleyball very enticing, because it's all these moving pieces working together, which is, I mean, any team sport really, but
it's a fast game.
Yes.
And it's like, man, that ball is going fast. Like when they're spiking it, okay, go back in time to the game I was telling you about. Stratford, Fulshire. Honestly, Fulshire. Zimmerman, I love you as a coach. You're the best. And she texted me after the game. She goes, we are usually don't play that bad. But they didn't do well on defense. It was defense. It was serve receive. It was getting that pass. But I'm telling you what, when Bailey Warren hits that ball, you better look out below, because that thing is pulverized. And I'm surprised those girls are laying out, just the precision of which they hit a ball that's just going so fast. But anyways, that's too much detail. Anyways, I do like the Woodlands. Grand Oaks, they won state last year. Of course, we like them. I'm just, they're good. But Cinco Ranch is another team. Of course, when you have a star like Cassie O'Brien, I know everybody's tired of hearing about Cassie O'Brien. She's really good. When you have that quarterback, you're going to go far in the playoffs. But, I mean, this regional tournament, which is not a regional tournament anymore, but that 6A bracket, Region 3 is going to be really, really competitive. Region 2 will be competitive too, but Region 3 is going to be knocking people out. All right, Ogle, give me a secret weapon. Give me your secret weapon nobody's talking about that you're vibing with.
Well, Shadow Creek is kind of flown under the radar. Obviously, we got a cover girl in Mackenzie Collins that really has elevated that program as we predicted. However, I think they're 23-7, if I'm not mistaken, 24. I'd have to check the record just to be sure on Max Preps, but they've got a very competitive district as well with Dawson and Pearland. They got Pearland playing this week on Friday. That's going to be a very interesting matchup, because I think that's going to determine who wins this one, this district. There's so many moving parts in that one. But Shadow Creek, like I said, they're not really in the spotlight as much as they should be. They've got plenty of talent, as I just mentioned, Mackenzie Collins. Their coach is doing really great things, and I think they could be one of those sleepers in Region 3, as you mentioned, getting out of there.
Okay. I do like it. Anybody else?
I mean, you might...
we've talked about some of these teams ad nauseum just so much because they're the best teams in Houston. It's like, you can only talk about the same teams.
Well, there is one. I mean,
okay, well, go ahead.
You might throw some shade my way, but West Fork.
Oh my God, with this West Fork,
they're 22-10. They're doing.
And just because your brother coaches over there, whoop-de-woo, we don't care.
I knew you'd throw some nepotism my way there, but no, they're actually doing really well. They got a lot of impressive pieces that have been playing. And I mean, in terms of 5A volleyball, we talked about it. It's very polarizing. There's some teams that are really near the bottom and some teams that are really way up here, like Friendswood and Lake Creek. West Fork, though, one of those other teams. They're subtly making their presence felt. They've got several important players. They got like Chloe Lilly. They got Zizi. I'm not even going to attempt her last name. They've got Addie and Allie Lewis. It's a very impressive program that's only been around for 3 years now. Yeah, you're falling asleep.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I'm back. I'm back awake. Sorry.
I think that they got the potential to at least win a few playoff games in November. So that might be one of the sleeper teams, in my opinion.
Okay, so what did we learn today? We learned Stratford is real. Fulshire, still real.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. Woodlands, one of Matt's favorites. Lake Creek, one of Ogle's favorites. West Fork, the jury's out. We're not sure. Ogle loves them. Okay, whatever. All right, so this is Matt Malatesta, Matthew Ogle. This is Volleyball Talk. What do we call it?
Called it the 6 rotation.
6 rotation. That's the new name. 6 rotation. We'll see y'all at the games. Go like, subscribe on YouTube. All of our social media channels are open. Feel free to follow. See you at the games.